Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I'm Trevin, joined as always by Caleb.
Hola!
And Zach, as always, is behind the camera.
We are here to talk about NXT. And ha! To you too, Zach. But, yeah, so this was a pretty decent episode of NXT. Some things just didn't hit. Some things hit very well. We got to hear from a faction that is a bit of a renegade right now. We did get their name. Finally got their name, but that comes later on in the episode towards the end. We did get a beatdown from said group. We also got a title contender announced, or two title contenders announced.
Yep.
And we had a championship match, which opens up the show. So we go straight into our first match, which is your Women's United States Championship match between your champion, Chelsea Green, versus your challenger, Sol Ruca.
Yep, after pinning Chelsea Green in the tag match last week, they're like, hey, get a title shot, like what we do on the main roster.
Yeah, you pin the title holder. That means you earn a title shot, which I guess sometimes I don't agree with, but
hey,
it depends, I guess. But this
makes
match
for TV.
It makes for TV, and that's what we're here for. We're here for TV ratings, especially. But this match cooked. It was very back and forth. Chelsea worked on the knee for a great majority of the match.
Yep, preventing a bunch of Soul Snatcher attempts.
Mm-hmm.
But still got to see a lot of good spots from both Sol and Chelsea, and also a bit from their compatriots on the ringside. Like, holy crap, that spear to Alba Fire from Zarya.
Rip Alba Fire, like Zarya tweeted out last night.
Yep.
Pour one out for her today, folks. Her spine will never be the same after that spear.
Nope. Came out of nowhere.
But
it was like, weren't you just over there, Zarya? How'd you get over there for the spear?
Yeah, Sol Ruca has scary dog privileges. But yeah, so after that kerfuffle on the outside, we see Chelsea Green go for an unprettier. That gets countered into a roll-up by Sol Ruca. 1, 2, and kick out.
Yup.
And then she goes for a Soul Snatcher. Chelsea, being the smart veteran she is, kicks the leg out from underneath her, gets caught up in the middle rope, drops to the floor. Ouch, that hurts. Unprettier for the 1, 2, and 3. Chelsea Green retains her Women's United States Championship match.
Yup.
Or championship in this match.
Yep. Kind of expected, seeing how it's getting defended on NXT. Would be weird if this is how Sol Ruca got surprise called up by winning it here, but... Look,
for a second, I literally thought, when she rolled her up, I was like, holy shit, they're actually doing it. Holy shit.
They know how to book these people to look good.
Yeah, but this was like I said, excellent championship match.
Yeah.
Little lore. This is the second take of this, because the first take I had to do something and I had to use my phone. Yeah. But we discussed that I think this is leading into a tag match between the Secret Harvest and Zarya and Sol Ruca, whatever their team name shall be.
Please give them a name, because this tag team is hilarious.
Well, actually, after naming a team later on in the show, I kind of don't want them to have a name. I'm cool with calling them Zaruka for right now. But that is not now. That is for later. But this was a championship match. Now, speaking of champions, we have a new double champ in NXT. And now let's see what she has to say.
Yeah. La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, fresh off her win, becoming double champ, is like, who next?
Yeah, she says, English is not my first language, so this is going to be hard for me, but wrestling is my first language.
So who next?
Yeah, and Jordan Grace comes out in, if you've seen the SpongeBob movie, there is a scene during Goofy Goober Rock where Patrick Star is in heels and Jordan Grace comes out in stiletto boots, a pink tank top, and a neon green skirt, which only means she is coming out dressed like Patrick from the SpongeBob movie. She comes out and she says, congratulations to Stephanie. And then out of nowhere, I am surprised she did not break a fucking ankle. Jada Parker fucking tackles.
Yep. Pushes her onto the barricade. Hypnotic on the barricade.
And she says, sorry, but the line around here forms around Jada Parker.
Yeah, starts behind Jada Parker.
And, okay. Now that it's not out of my head. Now that I got that ridiculous thought out of my head. Because that is such a funny ass visual. Jada Parker actually fucking kills it in this promo. Yep. I can really feel it. She feels like a tangible threat. I am questioning, not waiting till Stand and Deliver.
Cause she basically says, like, you said the first person here to look you in your eye and challenge you will be your first challenger. Challenge you. Girl, I'm here looking you dead in the eye and I ain't blinking.
Yeah, she said, I'm here 10 toes down looking you dead in your eye telling you I'm your challenger. And so that pretty much ends that segment, but we will add it into a segment that happens later on in the show.
Yep.
Ava is talking with Stephanie about her defense.
Yep, basically making it official that against Jada Parker, it is just for the the NXT Women's World Championship. But what about her NA title? Well,
the former champion comes in and says, Ava, where is my title match?
Where's my rematch?
I have asked this multiple times. Where is my rematch?
Every day I have texted you, I have called you, and Ava's like, yes, and yes, you're right, you have annoyed me every day, and you'll eventually get it. And Fallon's like, well, how about next week? And Ava's like, sorry, but Stephanie's already got a match next week.
And Stephanie, like the fucking dog she is, she says, you know what? Next week works. I'll fight both of them.
Yep.
And so, to start the show next week, we have your women's NXT title match between Jada Parker, the challenger, and Stephanie Vaquer, your NXT women's champion and NXT women's North American champion.
And sometime after that,
the main event is going to be your NXT Women's North American Championship challenger Fallon Henley, ex-champion, versus your current champion, NXT Women's Champion and NXT Women's North American Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. Oh my God. I don't want her to lose because I dislike her. I want her to lose because that is a fucking mouthful to say.
Yeah. But we brought up something.
Because that's even how they'll announce her on broadcast.
Yes. But what's funny is that we brought up how they could make this work also of her losing one of these belts is she probably opens the show with her women's NXT title match. And then as soon as the 1, 2, 3 retain is counted, she's celebrating as if it was a Money in the Bank cash-in. Fallon comes out with the ref and is like, let's just do this now. Get out of the way.
Yeah, like that. I want it to happen because I think that's a way to. It's shock.
Yes.
And that's how you. Because I think if you give Stephanie enough time in kayfabe, from what I've learned, I think if you give her enough time, she'll be prepared enough to win that match.
Yes.
So, it's just weird because it kind of really does telegraph that she might lose.
Yes.
Because what a way to end a card with the title match or with the title change. But we shall see. We must be patient.
Yes. It'll probably be very similar to the little stint they had of double book in Fraxium, where one of them had a singles match, and then later in the night they had a tag match.
Mm-hmm.
But where it's like she opens the show and ends the show also. But that, like, Money in the Bank-esque plot point could be cool, especially because of how they're trying to build and reestablish, like, Fatal Influence are the stereotypical heel of heels. They cheat, they opportunity seek, they bother and piss off everyone in the locker room. Fallon pulling out hey, I brought a ref. Let's just get it out of the way. As soon as you finished probably what's going to be a grueling NXT title defense and she just snags the NA away from you, it's like, you're still the brand's world champ. That's chill, and she won her title back. That's also cool. And it sets up, plenty of plot lines and loose threads that were left hanging for Stand and Deliver.
And, we're discussing a lot about the NXT North American Women's Division. But let's speak to her other challenger. Jada Parker does make another promo, reiterating the fact that she is going to challenge and win and beat Stephanie. And I think this is perfect. She's earned this spot. She has worked hard for this spot. She's earned it. I think we do see Stephanie retain. Because if there's one title she's not losing, it's the NXT Women's Championship.
Yes.
Because she just beat Julia for that, so you do not hot potato that one. You hot potato the secondary title.
Yes.
But, so she's earned this spot from... There was a period where she was getting, like, red-hot reactions, and then it was just silent. It was just crickets. And then now she's actually getting those reactions back. People are back on her side, and I am just ready. I think this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out brawl? I think that's the same. Yeah. But I think it's going to be good. But you did say a keyword in there. And if I remember the match card correctly, it's the tag match next, right?
Josh Briggs Hank Tank?
Yep, Josh Briggs and Inumura versus Hank and Tank.
Yep. So Hank and Tank, off of the train of receiving their advice from the Hardys, decide to take things extreme. And take things extreme they do, but they run out of gas. They went a little too extreme, went a little too high fly, went a little too powerhousey, and they did not have the stamina to support it. While these two, who spent a lot of time on the Japanese circuit, were able to tank them hits, were able to tank them blows, and when Hank and Tank ran out of gas, hit their tag finishers for the 1, 2, 3 in a surprise upset.
I know what's wrong with it.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Just unfortunate for the boys. They just ran out of gas. But, hey, I am glad to see another Josh Briggs and Inumura tag match against Fraxium. Because, my fucking God, those boys cooked the first time.
Yep.
Give me more Inumura.
Inumura, we misunderstood your game until we saw you in that match.
Oh, my God. Inumura is so good.
He is.
I'm so sad that he's just kind of like... I think he's kind of currently alone. I don't think he's fully over here. He might be fully over, and I might be wrong, but hey.
He's starting to get crowd reactions, especially when he starts doing he's like sitting on the turnbuckle and is just bouncing the ropes, being like, oh, here it comes, here it comes.
He's building that momentum.
Yep.
Yeah, that's also just another thing that sets him apart that I think I like him so much more. He does the sumo back up, which I fucking love because that's just innovative. I've never seen anyone do that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to build momentum on this rope.
And then splash.
Because in some companies, I was in a recent interview with Chris Van Fleet, Rob Van Dam said that he, in ECW, they used to have steel cable for their ropes. So it was very tight, and that would give you that bounce. So imagine just building momentum on a fucking steel cable. But these are nylon ropes, so
Yeah.
they're not as tensile.
No, yeah. They bouncy.
They bouncy, but hey, this match,
Yeah.
it was good. It was good. I can't wait to see this tag match.
Speaking of bouncy,
Yeah, speaking of bouncy, look at us with transitions today.
Yeah,
But
we
Trick
did-
Williams
yeah.
is in the back working out.
yeah, he's preparing for the main event of his underground match versus Eddie Thorpe. When that boy bouncy, Javon Evans, is like, man, you know, I'll probably win one of the biggest matches of my career, and then I get jumped by 4 rando dudes. Like, I get what you've been saying now, Trick. Like, things gotta change around here a little bit. You feel me?
And Trick just goes, look, there is no we. There is no R. He said, look, I'm supposed to be your friend because we got dreads. He said, you'll never be champion. He said, you'll never be champion like me.
Yeah. And Trick walks away, and Javon's sitting there a little defeated, a little pissed off, being like, man, why everyone pissed nowadays? And
Yeah.
and Lexus King walks in being like, man, you know, you hate to hear it from the very mouth, but he's probably right. You'll probably never be champion, especially never be Heritage Cup champ. And Javon, you can just see him like looking at his hands, squeezing them, feeling them up a little bit, and just...
Bro, it was literally so quick. Just a nice low jab. And it took Lexus King out. Lexus King act like Big Show hit him with the fucking knockout blow. He was like, oh, my jaw. But yeah, so this leads to next week a NXT Heritage Cup Championship match between Javon Evans, your challenger, and your NXT Heritage Cup
Yep.
champion.
But it is not the last we will see
Lexus
of...
King.
Yeah, it's not the last we will see of Trick for sure, but also a little tease and spoiler. It is also not the last we will see of Javon tonight.
And oh boy, that ending. Oh boy, that ending. We're going to keep teasing you for that ending because it is so good. But Zach, what's next on the card?
The mixed 6-person tag.
So in a little backstage promo segment before this match, the family is talking strat and they say, Tony, you're staying backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sean Spears, he's diabolical, he's conniving, he will see every opportunity to make sure you are one less challenger for him to worry about, and your back's still not at 100%, so you are staying backstage and watching the match on the TV.
And Tony just looks at him and is like, you want me to stay in the back? You want me to stay back here alone?
Now you're thinking like the underboss.
Now you're thinking like the underboss. Yeah, he loved it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, go out there. Send his kids out to have a nice
Yep.
play date.
Yep. And the family were beating the brakes off the Colin. Holy.
Yeah, the family was getting a lot of their licks in. Luca especially got some licks
That's my lawyer.
in. That's my lawyer.
Yeah. Luca and Stax reminding you, hey, reminder, we're still technically in the tag circuit.
There's one thing that I will discredit for Luca. It was during the entrance. He was like getting people hype, and he went up to this. He went up to the corner barrier, and he slapped the railing. And this little kid, he must have been like 4, I think. He
Scared.
went up to get a high five, and Luca just walks away. I was like, "You fucking heel!" I was like, "What the fuck? High five the kid!" It's like make a fucking core memory.
Yeah.
I
But
was like, that's how you get a ride or die fan. Legitimately.
Yeah.
But other than that, this match was going crazy
Yeah.
until we hear, hey, Tony.
ding ding ding.
No, it's not the bell yet.
No,
It's-
pipe's falling.
Yeah. Hey, Tony. Boom! The mystery 2 men plus Shaquan Sugars and
Dion Lennox.
Neon Lennox. It's surprising I forgot his name now. But they attack Tony D'Angelo. They do the quadruple power bomb, and then they leave
Yep.
the scene.
Yep, but the Jumbotron plays it for what initially is the audience, but due to the fact that there's a lull in the match because the family's been beating the brakes off the call-in, the family's able to watch the Jumbotron a little bit and they're like, oh, crud.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives the call-in enough breather time to beat the brakes off them in return for the 1, 2, 3, and your winner is the call-in.
Which I kind of figured give the new faction a win. But it was a great match, nonetheless, especially with the mid part. And that's how I heard the Hey Tony, because they cut to it after break, where it might have been Cutler J, I think. Cutler James, I think that's his name. The, for lack of a better term, the only white fellow there.
Yeah.
like he's the only white guy there.
Yeah.
I think he said, "Hey Tony." It was either him or probably maybe Dion, because we heard, I believe the big guy's name with dreads is Trill London, and his voice does not sound like that, and neither does Saquon's.
No, but yeah, we got to hear all four of their voices because later in the show they do cut a promo and reveal that the name of this faction
Is not yet disclosed.
They say it in this promo.
No, it happens after this. We get a whole match before this.
All right, they don't cut their promo yet.
Come on, Trevin. Come on, Trevin.
My bad.
We gotta keep teasing these people along.
Yeah.
Trust me, the name is not as cool as you think it's gonna be.
No.
But
it's
a name.
Yeah. It's a name. It's cool-ish. It'll probably grow on us, but
Of all the faction names, it's one of them.
yeah. But what was the match that
It was Carmen versus JC Jane, right?
I forgot about this match, low key.
I remembered because I love Carmen Petrovich.
I also love Carmen. She is growing on me a lot, and this match gave her some character development.
Gave her some character development. So it was pretty standard back and forth. If you've seen the Carmen Petrovich match, a lot of kicks, a lot of striking.
Very much a Shoto Karate style fighter.
Yep. And towards the end, the ref is tending to JC Jane, and Ashante the Adonis slides a chair into the ring.
Yep, being like, listen, you gotta cheat a little bit to, pick up some wins every once in a while. And Carmen's like, slides it right back to him and is like, nah, I'm getting a lot better. I can win this one.
Yep, and then she starts taking into JC Jane. JC Jane starts coming back, throws her into the corner. Encore elbow. 1, 2, 3. JC Jane picks up the win. Yeah. And this is a little note in the background of the Jada Parker promo, her second one of the night, where she's talking just directly into the camera. In the background, you see what looks to be Carmen and Ashante the Adonis either arguing or breaking up.
Yeah.
But I think they'd save the breakup for on screen.
Yeah.
But there's
But
development.
yeah, it looks like Ashante is still very set on heel mentality of you gotta play a little dirty to get what you want sometimes. But Carmen is playing to the character development of look, I've actually
legitimately won fights.
Yes, I've legitimately won fights. I'm getting a lot better, both in the ring and a little bit in promo work as well. It's like she's actually rising up. She's picking up her feet.
Mm-hmm. And
she's
now,
getting pops.
And now I believe next is Ridge and Ricky. Yeah. But before that, we get the promo.
Yes, we get the promo.
Oh wait, no. Mm-hmm. Sorry. It's before the main event we get the promo.
Gotcha.
Because it cuts right to it.
Yeah, but a promo that led up to this match, we see
Eddie Thorpe and Rich Holland in the locker room. Eddie Thorpe enters the locker room and everyone leaves.
Yup.
He literally has go away heat even in the locker room. Kayfabe.
Yes. Yes, but these two are the despised of the locker room, so they conversate being like...
They have the cheese touch.
Yes, being like, listen, everyone hates us because we get things done and we prove a point. We've spent years in this company and we get flack and shafted and they welcome these outsiders with open arms.
Yeah, he said, and Rich is like, these people. Jeez, you good?
I'm good. Little frog in the throat.
Rich is like, these people are sports entertainers. We are wrestlers. So we gotta make an example out of them. And he's like,
Which is funny because almost a year ago, or more like a couple months ago, we had an exact opposite plot line between Wesley and Zach Wentz.
yeah.
Where it's like, I am a WWE superstar. You are a TNA wrestler. He said that like it was a slur.
He did say it like it was a slur. He said wrestler. He put that hard R on wrestler. But yeah, so Rich says, look, you take care of your guy, because I'm going to go take care of my guy. And then we cut to the match.
Yep. And neither of them, spoiler, took care of their guy.
Yeah, so Ricky Starks wrestles his...
Saints.
Sorry, I said the forbidden word. Ricky Saints makes his in-ring solo match debut against Ridge Holland, and it's a pretty fucking fantastic match.
Yup.
We see Ricky Saints pick up the win with the Rochambeau,
Yep.
noting that he did not get all of it because Ridge was working in the back the whole match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we also saw a real cool a lot of people commented like how tornado DDTs are usually set up on accident, but Ricky took his time setting up that one. He like got him in the headlock, put both feet on the rope, walked across it, just bopped. He's like, I'm doing this with purpose.
Yeah, I really like how Ricky Saints is coming across in WWE. I followed his stuff in AEW a little bit. Don't follow all of AEW, but I follow people I like in AEW. But he was one of the people I followed. I really liked his matches. I did not understand why they pretty much had him off TV for almost a year, or probably a year plus. But hey, that is neither here nor there. He is here WWE, and he's doing pretty well for himself.
Yep. And
now we get the promo.
Yeah.
That we've been talking about all night. So we cut to the NXT parking lot where we see the two mysterious men plus Deion Lennox and Saquon Sugars.
Yep. They each take turns cutting their individual part of the promo, being like, you've seen the destruction we've caused earlier. You saw the destruction we just caused today, and it ends with Saquon saying like, yeah, we sent our wait, did we send a message?
Look, so I'll go over what they each individually said. So Trill London, I believe, says like, look what we've done, look what we're going to continue to do. Deion Lennox said, we've been here, we've been waiting, screw that, it's our turn, we're taking our spot. Cutler James says pretty much the same thing. He kind of is the most lackluster person in this group for me. Like, he just looks like generic wrestler guy. But that's neither here nor there. Saquon ends out the promo, and I think he should be the mouthpiece of this group. He literally has the most charisma. As soon as he started speaking, glued to the screen.
Yep.
I was like, I need to hear what this man says.
Yep. And
he says like, look, we came here to cause some mayhem, to take over, and I think we got the message. Did
we get the message across?
I don't think we got the message across. Did we? You know what?
Let's try again.
Let's go try again.
Yeah.
And they walk back into the building, but they do reveal their name, and the two mysterious men plus Deion Lennox and Saquon Sugars are hereby formally named Dark State.
Yep. It's not the worst name they could have given them.
But it is a name nonetheless. Yes, belt down. See, look, this is what happens when you wear it. Sometimes you drop it. Unless you wear it around your neck like a phony. A big fat phony.
Hey, he's the one that was on a winning streak.
Yeah, well, fuck him. Sorry. I get. But yes, they make their way back into the building.
Yep. And your main event
Is your NXT Underground match. Trick Williams versus Eddie Thorpe.
and this match,
But after the match was pretty good, so we
Yeah.
see Trick pick up the win in pretty convincing fashion.
Yep, hits a trick.
Trick shot knee
Yep.
and then just hammer fists.
Yep, and the ref calls it UFC style, being like, he has taken way too many blows to the head for
He
him
was
to
literally
continue. Yep,
defend yourself, defend yourself.
yep. He's like, too many head blows for the opponent to continue. You win.
Yep. And Trick calls for a mic.
And he,
Literally says, one of my favorite lines, and I love it so much. Yeah.
he's showing us the shot of
Fucking down,
Trick.
bro.
Trick
Watch
just,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Turn your volume off and watch the whole clip. It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
But Trick says, Eddie, you gotta learn to squabble.
yep.
Literally, he says, squabble up, homie. You ain't fighting.
And then he's like, but I'm moving past you now. Oba.
He said, I know you're here. Bring your punk ass out here.
And bring my belt with you.
Yeah, he said, make sure you bring my belt with you.
Yep, and Oba's music hits. He walks out.
Not even strutting. This man's walking with a fuck you.
Yep. He puts the belt down and just walks up to Trick and stares him dead in the eyes. And is like, you really want to do this again?
And then,
The
let's
light.
go out.
Yup.
And Dark State have made their return. They are slowly stalking and making their way down.
Yep,
when
they're
out
like
of nowhere.
they're like these two together we might not take.
Yeah, we're not going to take them, but they also might wear themselves down.
Yeah.
And Javon, out of nowhere, jumps the barricade on the on hard cam side, so you
Yep.
can't see him jump.
Yep, and is like encouraging the four men, like, y'all wanted to squabble at Roadblock, squabble right here.
Yeah, and he's like, we got bigger fish to fry. They're here.
Yep.
And then Trick, like on Raw, these past few weeks with Io Sky, pushes Javon to the side, and Javon says, you know what?
F it.
I'd really tried not to swear at this episode, if you could tell. He says, you know what? Fuck it. Bop!
Yup.
Right on Trick.
And the four men stay back to watch these three men brawl out.
Pick themselves apart. So
Yep.
yeah, these three men brawl out, and the person to knock out Obafemi
Is
Javon
Javon
Evans
Evans
with
with
the
a
cutter.
cutter, and then he just stares at Trick, being like, "You want to make fun of me some more, little man, huh?"
and he hit him with the OG cutter from the, I think either he used Trick as a propelling device or he jumped over Trick on the ropes.
Yup,
But I know he went over Trick.
My boy.
yup.
But,
They drew my
yeah,
boy.
so these two stare each other down, and the four men just,
Yeah, they're like, we didn't have to fight. We just had to be here, and a fight started.
and that's exactly what they're going for. But it leads me to think they have not attacked Trick. So, there's the theories going around that he could be leading them.
Yes.
Or what I said when you picked me up. I think it could be a false flag. And it is Javon that is leading this new group.
Yeah, because I said I don't want it to be Trick leading this faction 1 month away from his prospective draft to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did bring up like it could be a CM Punk Shield situation of he just hired him, is not officially their leader.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, I'm like, eh.
But even that, it doesn't really go with their promo. I
Yeah.
don't think they would be the type to be hired and muscled. But I think, and let me know what you think, but I think there's real stakes to there with Javon. He could be the leader.
Yeah,
If they're not just the four men.
yeah. It'd be interesting seeing a heel run Javon.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like he has been the face in every argument. He's been the good guy. He's been the young buck proving himself. But
Yeah, the young OG.
yep, like we've seen it teased, he just snaps.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like him getting 4 brutal dudes to just to back him up, being like, I may be young, but y'all have seen I can kick some butt. And I'm here to prove I can kick everyone in this locker room's butt.
And none of y'all can touch me. Because I got 4 motherfuckers that will do something about it.
Yup.
Yeah, if they're going that way, I think that would be a very interesting way to go. But I think this could lead to maybe, I don't want to say stand and deliver, because it feels like they're going to have Oba face someone they're going to have Oba face Trick.
Mm-hmm.
So this wouldn't happen. But
Right.
at first I thought stand and deliver, they get maybe Tony in there, because Tony just got attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Oba, Tony, Trick, Javon versus Dark State.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm like, I don't want Tony to eat the pin.
No.
I don't want Oba to eat the pin. I don't want Javon to eat the pin. And I don't want Trick to eat the pin because he's going up to the main roster. So
what
like,
I'm
who do you have lose?
Yeah, what I'm
perspective?
almost wondering is we initially slated it as a 1v1 rematch between Trick and Oba, but now I'm wondering if they're going to
I think
slot.
it's triple threat.
Yeah, I think they're slotting Javon in as a triple threat match.
And it's going to cook.
Uh-huh.
And I think you could swerve everyone with Javon winning the belt.
Yup.
You could swerve everyone.
That'd be
Because
good.
they've stated it multiple times in this episode. They said Javon will never be NXT champion.
Yep, he has been cheated out of multi-mans to win a title. He has been cheated out of opportunities for
He's been
titles.
cheated out of the what is it? The Iron Survivor match because Oba joined.
Yup.
But yeah, this ends the episode of NXT. We cut out on Javon and Trick staring down. And yeah, I think this was a pretty decent episode. A lot happened. A lot. Future matches got announced. So it was very much like kind of a filler episode.
Yes, but still an episode that's helping push plot nonetheless. Like we get to see sort of the mentality that Stephanie has as a double champ if she's going to continue to be a double champ after next week, because how next week is she is defending the titles separately. She's like, I'm wearing 2 belts. I am defending 2 belts. So that's kind of cool, because a couple of the other times we've seen 2 belt holders, they defend the 2 belts as 1 belt usually. But Roman, the tag titles. Yeah, so, but Stephanie views these as 2 separate belts she will have to defend in 2 separate matches.
Yeah.
Which is a nice breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get to see double duty from the double champ next week.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be pretty good. We have a lot to look forward to next week. We have a lot to look forward to for scheduling rise. So just a little peek behind the curtain. This Saturday we'll be filming, if all goes well, Jeopardy!
Woo!
For our punishments.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. We were supposed to do it tonight, but we're going to do it later because poor Gordon is under the weather. He has a fever.
Yeah,
Y'all losing.
Spike the fever.
I'm losing.
Y'all losing.
One of us has to win.
Yeah.
The one that's not here.
What makes you think Go-Go good at trivia?
Especially WWE trivia.
You have 2 whole sections dedicated to NXT. Go-Go don't watch that.
Yeah, you have 2 whole sections dedicated to it. You have a section dedicated to someone who he wasn't a fan of growing up. And then one about WrestleMania, which I can only assume is there's going to be questions going back to early ones, I assume. Judging by his face, that's a no. Judging by his face, that's a no.
Potentially, yeah.
You'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think that's going to be pretty fun. And other than that, we have SmackDown to look forward to. That is to you from
Italia.
Italia. But and next week Raw is coming to you from Glasgow. So this has been Caleb, Trevin, Zach behind that camera. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell 3 times so you know the match is over. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, and peace.
Bye.